Good morning. Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I
Good
see that
morning.
we have some great audience in our webinar, and I'm sure the next 45 minutes will be very exciting as we are going to discuss all about IT service management. Before we get started and introduce our STEAM panel for this discussion, I would like to share some housekeeping rules. We'll keep the audience on mute and we'll take questions at the end of the session. In case you have questions and we are unable to take them for any reasons, we will connect with you personally and we'll be sharing our contact details at the end of the session. Also, I would like to take 2 minutes to talk about our sponsor, Yash Technologies, the fastest growing IT services company in the region. Yash Technology is a global technology services and outsourcing provider headquartered in the US with a strong focus on helping businesses drive their digital transformation and operational excellence. Founded in 1996, Yash has earned a reputation for delivering innovative IT solutions and business consulting services to a diverse range of industries across the world. It has been in the business for the last 29 plus years with 50 plus uh, technology services that it has to offer across 40 odd campuses across the world. Uh, in Middle East itself, we are present in all GCC countries and provide a wide range of services to its customer. And one of the key services that Yash has to offer is on cloud and infrastructure services. And that is what we are going to talk more in detail today. So let me give you an overview about cloud and infrastructure services at Yash. At Yash, the services are designed to help organizations modernize their IT environment, enhance agility, and optimize cost. Their offerings cover the full life cycle from strategy to migration to management and optimization, enabling businesses to leverage cloud native architectures and hybrid infrastructures. Some of the key services that include the cloud strategy and consulting, where we provide the assessment and planning for cloud adoption, including multi-cloud and hybrid cloud roadmaps, cloud migration and modernization, smooth and secure transition of applications from your on-prem applications to cloud-based applications on any cloud platform, whether it is AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud. Then we have the infrastructure management services, which encompasses the comprehensive management of IT environments, covering your servers, routers, switches, storage networks, data centers, both on-prem as well as on the cloud. The next offering is the DevOps and automation, accelerating deployment cycles and improving reliability through CI/CD pipelines, infrastructure as a code, and cloud-native automation tools. Cybersecurity, cloud security, and compliance, implementing robust security frameworks and governance to safeguard cloud environment against threats and ensure regulatory compliance. Managed cloud services. This is one of the key services that we offer to our global customers who are looking to manage their data centers. So it encompasses end-to-end operational support for cloud platforms, including monitoring, optimization, and cost management. Yes Technologies position itself as a trusted partner. We have been partners to all major technology providers, whether we talk about Cisco's of the world, SAP's of the world, Google's of the world. It is aiming to embrace the cloud-driven innovation while ensuring stability, scalability, and IT security for their infrastructure. So the basic question in everyone's mind today is, why are we here? Why are we talking about IT service management? Why it is important for any organization? Now, just to give you a high level overview, what is IT service management? We all do it. We all work in our various capacities in our different premises. We all use various kinds of gadgets, whether we are laptops, desktops, hardware infrastructure, they are designed to deliver, manage, and improve the IT services. As as an employee or as a customer. Imagine this: you have your router, switches, servers, applications, printers. All these gadgets have to work in tandem and work smoothly. Now, ITSM or IT service management is a set of practices and tools that provides and makes sure that everything is running well. Problems get fixed and users stay happy. And that is where your efficiency goes up, your productivity improves. Historically, if you see, the IT service management has been a back office function. You have someone, IT team, that takes care of your all the gadgets and laptops and servers and everything, and make sure that they are up to date. They are any incident that happens are getting fixed. The disruptions are reduced. However, in modern IT, the IT service management has moved to the forefront of enterprise strategy. Over the last few years, particularly after the COVID pandemic, we have seen a major shift in the way IT service management has taken the front seat. And in today's world, where new processes are coming up, the new technologies are shaping up, how do we take care of our IT infrastructure and how do we move forward from there? To discuss all that, today we have a very esteemed panel. We have Mr. Parvez Ali, who leads our global infrastructure and cloud initiative at Yes Technologies. Welcome, Parvez.
Hi, Gautam.
Yeah. And then we have Khalid Abdin. He's a very senior IT leader at KHF Takaful with hands-on
Hello,
experience in
Gautam.
modernizing service operations. Welcome, Khalid.
Hi, Gautam. Hello.
Yeah. And then we have Mr. Fazal Ahmed, who heads our AI op at Yash Technologies and is working in the forefront for AI-driven ITSM. Welcome,
Hello everyone.
Fazal. Yeah.
Hey Gautam.
Thank you, and thanks for joining us and taking time out today. We are very excited to have you on board, and let's begin our conversation by talking about what is IT service management landscape in this region in Middle East and how it is shaping up. So this question is for Parvez. Parvez, what do you think IT service management landscape is in Middle East?
Yeah, Gautam. So, IT service management landscape in Middle East is experiencing as a multi-speed transformation. Actually, on the one hand, the large enterprises and telecom, banking, and government sectors are embracing like AI-driven and hybrid cloud-based services. The Middle East ITSM landscape is rapidly evolving with a significant investment in the digital infrastructures like cloud technologies, AI-driven solutions. Nowadays, organizations are focusing on enhancing service delivery operation efficiencies, cybersecurities, and positioning the region as a growing market of IT service management. So, let me give a market growth and outlook. But there is a rapid expansion of the IT service management market in the Middle East and all the regions, which is projected to grow a compound annual growth of CAGR 16.7% from 2024 to 2034, actually, indicating the demand of ITSM solution across the regions. Managed services, IT managed services are surge in Middle East regions, actually. The managed service market in Middle East region is expected to expand by USD 949 million between 2025 to 2030, outsourcing demand in sectors like banking, financials, or insurance and retails. Let us talk on the regional developments, like regional development of data center investments. The Middle East data centers market is expected to grow from USD 5.7 billion in 2024 to USD 9.61 billion by 2029, which is reflecting increase in the investment of digital infrastructure to support IT service management. And then regional highlights nowadays, like Middle East, like UAE and Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and all these regions, they are the leading adopting a green energy solution from data centers up for digital transformations. The visions, country visions are like 230 initiatives are propelling the investment in IT infrastructure and services, which is making a significant market of ITSM solutions actually. So on the other hand, where we have the sectors such as education, healthcare, and mid-sized public organizations, still operating traditional reactive model of IT manual ticketing systems. But what's driving the changes at the top of end of the spectrum is need scalability and real-time responsiveness. As the country is pursuing smart city goals, digital citizen services, IT service management has to evolve from just being infrastructure support to enabling seamless, secure digital experience.
Excellent. And it's great to know that the region is evolving rapidly. And I was reading a report a few days back about how data centers in Middle East market are moving towards a sustainable data center, and how they can reduce the carbon footprint. But there are similar more trends that are evolving. So my question, Puzzle, to you next is, what are the biggest emerging trends that the businesses should look out for, and how it is shaping up the business?
So Gautam, there are several trends globally that are evolving. Okay, so there are a lot of trends that are becoming optional, and a lot of trends that are becoming mandatory. So one such trend that is becoming really mandatory for the organization is AI-driven automation. So we are seeing a move beyond traditional chatbots, which are flow driven, and intelligent workflows, to agentic AIs, which are becoming more and more autonomous now and able to take over operations like the service desk operations, the knock operations, and some of the support operations are also taken by the AI now. So AI driven automation is one of the a transformational change that is key trend that is happening across the globe as well as in the region now. Second is the convergence of IT, OT, and IoT. If you look at traditionally, the organizations were more focusing on the IT operations alone now. Okay, so the core IT operations. But nowadays, the shift is taking place in the IoT sector, the operations technology as well, because increasingly the machines are getting integrated with the core IT systems in terms of the analytics and data-driven operations actually. So this is also another trend where the convergence of IT and OT is happening. As Parvez rightly mentioned, so the experience-based shift is already taking place. So digital experience monitoring is in another trend where the shift is taking over from SLA to the XLA-based operations. So more and more we are looking at the experience-based operations where we have to focus on XLAs, I mean the experience level agreements rather than the SLAs one. And another trend is increasingly the governments and the regulatory requirements are enforced on the organizations now. The reason is increasing the increment in the cybersecurity threats across the globe and especially in this region. So now compliance as a code is another trend that is shaping up in the industry, which is need of the hour for us because to keep up with the compliance requirements. Okay, so these are all some of the key trends that are shaping up. Then another important trend for this particular region is the hyper-personalized support because of the cultural diversity, the languages, and the requirement of localized versions of the support. All these things are coming up with the hyper-personalized support operations, providing the support in the localized versions. So these are all some of the key trends that are shaping up the industry across the globe as well as in the region. Gautam.
Excellent, excellent, Fazal. And I was amazed to see how the convergence of IT is happening between IT, OT, and IoT. Classic example is the Lucille Smart City, where it's highly automated. You have smart bins on the road which are actually sending signals, and somebody is actually monitoring them, and then you have automated cleaners who are actually helping to maintain the city, and so on. So it is how things are evolving, and same thing is happening in the Saudi market as well. I mean, we are seeing Neom City shaping up well. So uh, uh, Pervez, how can companies make that leap to the digital first customer centric ITSM? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so good question. Gautam. So the journey to the digital first customer centric management start with acknowledging that the expectation from the IT have changed. IT is no longer just a support arm. It is a strategic enabler for innovation, agility, and seamless experience. To make this leap, like first is the vision alignment. Begin by aligning ITSM goals with your broader digital transformation strategies. Whatever your business key priorities, customer experience, operational efficiencies, innovation cycles, or your ITSM must serve these goals directly. And second comes the self-service and omni-channel engagements, where empower the users with multiple initiative channels like chatbots, mobile apps, service portals. Make it easy for them to find knowledge, raise requests, get help anytime, anywhere. Then the predictive and proactive operations, as further automation, AI in automation, like use automations, monitoring AI ops to anticipate user needs, resolve issues before they are reported, and flag bottlenecks early. Feedback centric designs, capability development is a key thing actually. The code, the outcomes, build interdisciplinary teams across IT, business units, train them not just a tool, but in agility, design, and thinking. So this is a shift. This shift is not just a technological; it's a cultural, behavior, and organization shift, and we are seeing the regional impact. Like, uh, just want to highlight the regional impact on this. Like companies in the UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar, they are rapidly migrating the services to the cloud, aligning with the national strategies like Vision to 2030 or Middle East digital government. Significant AI investments across UAE, like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, supported by smart city initiatives with AI national strategies. And the organizations in UAE, Saudi, and Qatar are embracing agile and DevOps to meet the rapid digital and innovations demands. Okay, and they already started some kind of significant government supports also there, like for example in UAE, in Saudi Arabia, for the skill development through initiatives like Tamkeen in Saudi and digital skills program in UAE. Okay, but the key outcomes to making this leap is like increased customer satisfactions due to proactive, personalized, and efficient IT services, greater operational agility and resilience is responding to the rapid technology changes, and then again enhanced competitiveness by aligning IT services goals with the business objectives. And it improves compliance and reduces cybersecurity risk due to integrated, secure, and IT processes.
Understood. So if I summarize your answer, uh, it is a shift which is not just technological. It is more of a cultural shift
Culture,
and
behavior, and organization
be,
shift, actually.
behavioral and organizational. And as you rightly said, most of the organizations are coming up with their Vision 2030, and there's a lot of progress that's been made, and we are glad that ITSM has got a great role to play in transforming the journey that we are all going through. So that leads to my next question to Khalid. I know you have been patiently listening to the conversation with Parvez and Fazal, and you have been in this region for a very long time. You have been a veteran working with various different organizations. So, in from your perspective, what are the challenges that are unique to the Middle East in this transformational journey?
Yes, spending 30 years in the professional IT industry in the Middle East, in Gulf specifically, I found that there are five major يعني differences between IT everywhere and IT in the Middle East and in the Gulf region. Transformation in the Middle East is driven by national vision, but hindered by practical complexity. First thing that we think of always is the diverse regulatory environment. We have seven countries in the GCC, UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, KSA, and all other Gulf countries need their own different sets of compliance model, each one with data localization, cybersecurity, audit specific requirement. The fragmentation capability for ITSM tools configuration, cloud deployment, and even reporting. So this diversity really cause an issue. And the second thing that we have is the language and culture. The region, multi-language, multiculturality necessitate that service designs that are contextually aware. NLP-based bot must process Arabic delicate effectively. So there is like Arabic Kuwaiti, Arabic Saudi, Arabic whatever, and each one has their own delegates, and the NLP based bot will need to adjust and manage these. Interfaces must respect user habits and so on. A third point that is also very important, the IT service management maturity gaps, wide variation in ITSM adaptation, particularly for emerging technology like AI automation across industries and countries. This is also a major factor in change in the Middle East. And then finally, and just before finally, the mega project pressure. We have huge projects in the area here. We have NEOM, Digital RIA, timelines are compressed. The expectation in transformation is at scale and fast. This puts enormous strains on internal IT team who must uh, modernize while running daily ops. Finally, the lack of local vendor support, which compromise a major issue. Many global solutions are only particularly localized customers, customize extensively, or rely on system integrator to bridge the gap. Overcoming these challenges require leadership, commitment, localized designs, investment, and ecosystem partnership. These are, in my opinion, the five important things that we have to consider while we are in the Middle East. Yes.
Excellent, Khaled. And I think I totally resonate with the challenges that you highlight as we ourselves, as a service provider, continuously keep facing those challenges, especially with the local support and unable to, scale things quickly uh, because of the various reasons. Of course, you have the vision, you have the systems in place, but the logistical challenges sometimes make it very challenging for to scale things up. Now, when it comes to IT service management, it's not like you just start an ITSM process or a project, without any framework. You need to have the vision, of course. Then you need to have the complete roadmap. How do you want to go about implementing an ITSM service management? Now, for that, there are various frameworks which are used widely in the industry, like ITIL and so on. So my question for Parvez is, why do you think a well-defined IT service management framework is critical for business continuity and growth in this region?
So, a well-defined, you can say that the IT service management framework is crucial for ensuring business continuity and enabling growth for the companies in the like Middle East, like due to the region unique technological, economic, and regulatory landscapes. Actually, here is why. So, first one is a reliable and predictable service delivery. The business impact continuity is like a structured ITSM approach, which ensures the predictable, reliable IT services, reducing downtime and disruptions, and enhance the disaster recovery capabilities, minimize operational impacts and regional disruptions like such as cyber attacks, outage, and geopolitical instability. The growth impacts companies confidently scale their digital services without compromising reliability and availability. Then comes to the compliance and regulatory strengths. Like as we all know that Middle East always follow the high compliance and regulatory standards. A defined ITSM frameworks which ensures the compliance with a strict regional regulation like UAE, NESA, Saudi Arabia, National Security Authority, Cyber Security Authority, which preventing a legal or regulatory interruptions. And obviously, the growth impact is like we enable the expansion into the regulated sectors like finance, healthcare, government, critical for strategic market growth in the region. Then enhance the customer experience, okay, which is at most important. The business continuity for this is like structure incident management, ensure faster resolutions time, maintaining consistent customers and satisfaction. The growth impact on that, a positive customer experience, foster loyalty, driving customer retentions and market expansions. Then goes to the scalability and agility, which is ITSM frameworks facilitate flexible scaling of IT services, essential of adapting quickly to the market volatility or regional demand spikes. Which the growth impact for this, companies leverage agile IT infrastructure to swiftly pursue growth opportunities in emerging sectors like fintech, smart cities, and digital healthcare. And risk and security management, operational efficiencies, and cost optimization. Like cost optimization, the key buzzword everywhere. but streamline the IT operations, which significantly reduce the operation efficiencies, lowering total cost of ownerships, and ensure the financial sustainability, which freed resources can be strategically reinvested into innovations, market expansions, and digital transformations. These overall alignments are there where this the real world benefit for the Middle East companies like minimize downtime, enhance disaster regulatory compliance, optimize compliances. Those things are there actually. So in conclusions, I want to say that in the dynamic business landscape of Middle East, characterized by the rapid digitalization, stringent regulations, and intense competitions. A well-defined ITSM framework is not merely advantageous; it's essential. Actually, it acts as a backbone, enabling organizations to sustain operational continuity, manage risk, effectively comply with evolving standards, and accelerate growth through enhanced agility, innovations, and customer centricity.
Very nice, Parvez, and I totally agree with you. You know, if an organization is continuously growing and very diverse nature, you need to have that backbone of that framework that is critical for business continuity. And we have seen, especially in this region, where businesses get disrupted for various reasons. It could be geographical, it could be political, and so on. So companies have to be very, very strong in terms of the governance, and yet they need to innovate rapidly, with the changing technology so quickly. So, Khalid, my question to you, since you have seen it all here happening, how do companies balance strong governance, yet they can innovate at a rapid pace?
Again, to innovate is to live, to compete is to innovate. And you cannot do this without having compliance as embedded governance within your innovation cycle. You can only do this by following these important things like using ITL and COPET as adaptive framework, automating compliance check with your DevOps and CI CD pipelines, creating safe innovation zones with automated guidelines, and using AI ops to detect and resolve non-compliance in real time. The goal here is to move fast, but with control, something especially important in regulated sectors like finance, health, insurance, and banking, and retail. Yes.
Yes, and these are the critical sectors that you mentioned, Khalid. So, Fazal, you have been instrumental in building such framework which Parvez talked about for various organizations. So, how does a company or an organization like Yash helps their customers to build these kind of framework? Can you elaborate on that?
Sure, Gautam. So, I mean, in our conversation, we saw that, how these frameworks are important, how we have to bring in a right balance. So in order to, implement this in the right way in any organization, in any engagement, the first fundamental question that we have to ask the organization is, what business outcomes are that they are expecting out of these engagements? And second thing is, how it is going to bring up the right balance, when we are doing the implementations. So from the framework design, we take a very structured approach. Okay, so first thing that we do is a discovery workshop in which we understand the unique regulatory and cultural requirements in the organization, the operational landscape, how the legacy systems are there, which are all the business units which are, trying to modernize it, how we can, bring in a right balance between both, how we can, take this shift. So we do a thorough discovery workshop first. And then we understand the maturity level of that organization in terms of the CMMI, their security standards, their ITIL, and what are all the existing KPIs and the target KPIs where they are standing. According to that, we put them in a scale of 1 to 5, and where they are standing on with respect to the maturity of this frameworks. And second and third, next step that we do is the blueprinting of the current processes, the platforms, their integrations, because when they are doing a digital transformation, the integration becomes a very important part in the organization, because in the digital ecosystem, a component has to work in coherence with the other components as well. So integration becomes very important point here. So we take the current blueprint of all the processes, their applications, their integrations, and based on that we create a clear transformation roadmaps and projects for them. Then the next thing that comes into picture is the existing investments that they already have in terms of their existing tools, the platforms, and the products that they have in place. So Yash, has to go vendor neutral and product neutral in this case. So we have the right skills and team so that we don't force the customer to use any particular product that we are bringing in. In other words, we go back and adopt the products, and we bring in into the service buses so that we can integrate all these products together. So apart from all this thing, the last and very important part is the change management. Okay, so in this, one of the aspects is upskilling the teams and bringing in the center of excellence. In Parvez also spoke about those this in length. So bringing in and enabling the team is a very important factor while we are making this transformation. So the change adoption is another part that is very, very important in doing a balanced implementation for any organization. So more than an implementation, I would call it as co-evaluation strategy, where we work with the customer, understand their needs, and compare it with their domain and the requirements in the ecosystem. When I say the ecosystem, it is their domain, and the spread that they have in the region and the globe, and their localized requirements. Okay, so this is how we take a very structured and step-by-step approach in implementing these frameworks for the organization, while without impacting their existing operations, and without bringing in a rapid change immediately. We have to take the right and gradual approach for any organization.
Excellent. And Fazul, your experience reflects all the points that you mentioned, especially uh, the maturity model, the blueprinting, and the platform neutrality. A lot of customers use different technology platforms, and Yash as a service provider has to be agnostic across the various technology platforms. And it has to be a core evolution strategy, as you rightly pointed out. So that's excellent, and this is where Yash stands apart from rest of the other competitors that there in the market. So uh,
Absolutely, Gautam.
yeah. So a question for you, Parvez. How do you envision the IT service management shaping up for the next few years or a decade from here?
Sure, Gautam. So over the next decade, the IT service management, like ITSM in the Middle East, is expected to undergo like significant transformation driven by rapid digitizations, strategic national initiatives, and technological advancements. So here, how means like Yash envision ITSM involving in the region. First one is, as Fazal also mentioned and Khalid also mentioned, AI. AI-powered automation and intelligent operations, like enhanced automations, like extensive use of AI-driven virtual assistants, bots to automate service requests, incident management routines, productive capabilities like advanced predictive analytics. Okay, so Middle East impact on this AI-powered automation with like government initiatives in the Saudi Arabia Vision 2030. UAE has AI strategy 2031, and Qatar has smart nation initiatives are likely to accelerate AI adoptions. Then a shift toward the digital first customer experience, that is like personalized omni-channel services using central digital experience across the mobile, web, and social platforms with multilingual Arabic and English supports, like advanced self-service portals, which is AI-driven self-service portals providing initiatives personalized experience to the users. And obviously the impact we are seeing that increasing in the Middle East, like increasing the consumer expectations, high mobile penetrations, and young tech-savvy populations driving demand for seamless digital first experience for that. Then we got the integrated like cloud and hybrid ITSM models, like IT service management models, where talk about a cloud first approach or hybrid service management, where Middle East itself like impacts are going on. The UAE has a cloud first policies, Saudi has a data localization regulations, regional hyperscale data centers, AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google, so support increased cloud adoptions, and cybersecurity embedded with ITSM, which talks about rising the cybersecurity threats, stringent regulatory compliance like Saudi NCA, UAE NESA, mandate comprehensive cybersecurity framework embedded with ITSM, data-driven ITSM analytics insights, then emphasis on sustainability and green IT service management, which is like eco-friendly operations, adoption of sustainable IT practice such as green data centers, optimize energy usage, and the sustainable procurement. And we are seeing the Middle East impact over here, like growing sustainability awareness and national sustainability, like visions like UAE net zero by 2050, Saudi green initiatives accelerated green IT adoptions. Then further talk about the digital talents and workforce also, which we have to enhance the workforce with digital talent development and adoption of agile, DevOps, and continuous developments are there. And we talk about vendor management. So there is Middle East is focusing on the strategic vendor management and regional ecosystem collaborations actually, with expanding regional tech hubs in Dubai, Riyadh, Doha, which is driving the collaborative technology ecosystems and vendor ecosystems actually. So in conclusion, in the next decade, IT service management in the Middle East will transform profoundly, shifting from reactive, fragmented practice to proactive, predictive, AI-driven, and fully integrated service models.
Excellent, Parvez, and it's exciting to see how AI is actually becoming a core for all business transformation that are happening. So that is where I also believe that is certainly going to transform the way we do business today, and we have already started seeing the changes on the ground. So, Fazil, from your perspective, have you seen any use cases that that you're seeing in the digital transformation journey for organization where AI and analytics is transforming ITSM on the ground?
Absolutely, Gautam. So AI and analytics totally transforming, the overall way that we operate, not just in the IT, in the other parts of the organization. Okay, if you take especially the ITSM part of it, I would let me first, classify this AI into three different generations. Being in this, AI for quite some years. Okay, the traditional AI, starting from 1960s, almost as early as late 1960s, till early 2000. This was not directly consumable for us. The second generation AI, before the advent of LLMs, where that was providing an augmented AI for the human beings. Okay, using the second generation AI, we were able to do very good classification of the tickets, the prioritization of the tickets, and doing the basic forecasting, etc. Okay, so from the auto classification, if you take this, I'm talking about still the second generation AI, this before the advent of the LLM. So I will still talk about the third generation AI, which is after the advent of the LLMs. Okay, so this helped doing the forecasting of the capacities, auto classification of the tickets, and the prioritization of the tickets, and doing basic knowledge based article suggestions to the end users. So with this, we were able to do better able to provide better MTTR for the end users. Okay, because the tickets are auto classified and put into the right group right at the first time, so that the right team addresses it. Second thing, the right prioritization. The dynamic prioritization is new thing. That is more than going with the static parameters like the urgency and impact. Now, based on the overall the tickets that are flowing in, etc. The AI is able to classify and put right priority to the tickets, which is very dynamic. And the capacity forecasting was another thing that was helping from the second generation AI. So these were some basic use cases that were helping the agent based helping the existing human agents to enhance the overall delivery part of it. Now the advent of LLM brought up new promises to us and new ways of working, which is we call it as from the agentic AI part of it. This is more autonomous when comparing with the past the AI generations, like then just augmenting the human beings. Now the AI agents are more autonomous, and they are able to take their own decisions and able to operate on their own. So with this recently we implemented the agentic AI platforms for bringing in the NOC operations and the service desk operations as well. So this is the very promising and prominent use case currently transforming the whole operations for in the ITSM space. In the past, we were relying on more on the human agents for the ITSM, especially in the forefront where they are sitting in the NOC operations, in the observability and monitoring, and in the service desk. Now agents are able to bring the multilingual capabilities, and they are able to understand the large knowledge base articles and all, and we are much better than when we are delivering the services to the end users. So these are some of the use cases where we are able to transform the overall ITSM operations from the second generation and the third generation AI. Especially with the advent of LLM, we are able to manage the knowledge better, and we are able to help the agents handle more tickets than the human beings, especially in the forefront. And the intelligent automations are also helping the organization to save the cost. So these are some of the use cases where AI is really transforming the way that we are operating in a more cost effective way than in the past. Gautam.
Sure. This is very exciting to hear, Fazal. And I've always been struggling to understand. I mean, there are a lot of organizations of various shape and sizes who want to do something similar, but they struggle. They are not sure where to get started. So, Khalid, I mean, you have been playing that kind of a role to various organizations as a strategist. How do you think a company should start where creating a AI based or artificial intelligence based ITSM model? Where do you think that they should start first?
We start from macro to micros. We have to have a clear strategic vision. And with this, we will pick up our first use case. It could be SLA compliance, asset visibility, or employee onboarding. The goal here is to prove value early. Start with something, get it done, move to the other thing, and so on. And this will make it work. Yes.
So start small is something that you are suggesting. So and then show the
With a clear
value.
vision, a strategy, clear strategy, and pick up the first thing and then complete it, then move to the second one, and so on. Yes.
Excellent, excellent. Parvez, do you want to add anything?
So mostly important, like anchor everything to the business outcome actually. So when IT service management supports revenue growth, customer satisfaction or innovation cycles, it becomes a broad level priority. And we have to make sure that your ITSM strategy is tied up with the enterprise goals actually, whether it's improving customer experience or reducing compliance risk. ITSM should be an enabler. That alignment makes all differences in funding, adoption, and long-term impact.
Fantastic, fantastic, guys. It was an amazing session, and we learned a lot today about IT service management. What are the key challenges, how the ITSM service management is actually shaping up the region, and how to get started with it. So, and of course, Fazil talked about the various use cases, how AI-powered automation to experience-driven service model are shaping up the ITSM platforms and industry. To our audience, if you are embarking on your own IT service management revolution, uh, we at Yash are always ready to support and provide you the help that you need. And with that, we have come to the end of the session. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment on the chat. We'll take it up.
So Gautam, we have one question here. Does Yash has an ITSM product profile or catalog to share with the attendees? AI-based ITSM.
Certainly, I would request Fazal and Parvez to answer that question.
Yeah, Gautam. So we have a complete portfolio of products that enables the overall ITSM within AI-driven operations. Especially two major products are the observability platform, which is an AIOps based platform that very well integrates with the LLM systems now. In the past, it was doing a basic machine learning with the AIOps that provides a complete enterprise end-to-end observability with AI-enabled machine learning and algorithms, and that includes the monitoring of the applications and your infrastructure, correlating the alerts and suggesting the knowledge base articles and doing the noise reduction and connecting with the LLM and bringing in the right solutions that is suggested to the technicians also. That's one product. And another is the AI enabled, especially LLM enabled, the enabled ticketing system for ITSM. Okay, So that provides an intelligent chatbot that works with the knowledge-based articles that has been posted in the repository, and connects with the end users and provides the right solutions. One side, it's answering providing the solutions to the end users. It's a more interactive and NLP way, especially in Arabic and all. And on the other side, it works with the technicians also to enable them to provide the faster resolutions for the end users. And beyond this, we have the intelligent capacity management products as well, and the intelligent problem and root cause analysis products. All these are AI-enabled products that enhances the way that you conduct the IT operations and deliver the IT services to your organization. So we can share, inshallah, a complete portfolio of the product and the ecosystem and the services delivered, and how much the efficiencies that these products can bring in based on the existing implementations and case studies also.
Thank you, Fazal, and I'm sure you can find a lot of this information on the Yash website.
Yeah.
Feel free to look at that, and if you need specific information, you can always write and drop a note to info@yash.com, and we will be able to respond with all the details. And you can find us, all of us, on LinkedIn and various social media platforms. So feel free to connect, and we look forward for another exciting session. Look forward and seeing you shortly. Gentlemen, thank you for your time. Really appreciate you talking to us in this journey of AI and ITSM. So thank you for being part of this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Gautam.
you.
And thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Okay, okay.
Nice. Bye.